Hi, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. How are we doing? I'm not yawning. The sad thing is I've been up for like 2.5 hours because I just got back yesterday from Indianapolis, which is in Indiana, which is in the Eastern time zone. So that's 2 time zones away from me. And so right now it kind of feels like it's fully afternoon time, but it is the morning. But it was really nice to sleep in my own bed last night. And also, like, I was up really early yesterday morning to catch a flight from Indy. And then, like, I landed and it wasn't even 9 o'clock here, and it felt very weird. Hello, just in time. Finished my yoga workout. Nice. Ooh, I need to go back to yoga. I haven't been in like obviously over a week. I haven't been here for a week. So good morning, Scout. I don't love you being right next to the keyboard. There we go. Speaking of, I love that you always have background kitties. Yes. Just one right now because she just finished her dinner. Do you see what I have to do for her? I have to like put her food bowl in her heated bed so that she'll eat it. But yeah, this is Grandma Scout. But she can't, I had to have the door closed for the other kittens to not get in here, but I'll be able to open that up so that any kitties can come in here. Hi, Marcella. I'm good. I'm doing pretty well. I got a new book yesterday. I finished a book yesterday. And then I did start my new book, even though I really shouldn't have. But I finished Vicious by V.E. Schwab yesterday, which is one of my 25 books to read in 2025. It was one of the ones that I was like the most excited to read when I created the list and just hadn't yet. So I kind of just decided to be like, yeah, I can read that now. But then while I was at Union Station making the connection to the train to come here, I got Killer on the Road / The Babysitter Lives by Stephen Graham Jones. So it's like they call it a double saga, but it's 2 horror thriller stories in one. And I did technically start Killer on the Road last night. I probably shouldn't have. I probably should have been like, I have this in the morning, so therefore. But it's that time of year, and it just sounded really fun. So I started it. I don't know if I'm gonna like read it. I think it depends on how today goes or how the spin goes, all of that. My cat just climbed onto my lap too. Perfect. Yeah, Scout is just off camera. I've got a bed right now on the desk. She's way more needy than she usually is right now. And I don't know if it's because she's losing her hearing, and so she needs to visibly be able to see me instead of just hear me, but we just changed the clocks going back. Wow. Okay. Wait, I didn't know we did this at different times. So I think next weekend is when we change our clocks. Having a lovely weekend. Saw Hamilton last night. Oh, fun. And seeing a poetry reading tonight. Been on a bike ride and baked vegan cookies. Oh my gosh, you have a full weekend of fun stuff. That's awesome. Hello. Hi. Hi, you're not wrong. It is 4 p.m. indeed. Yeah, there we go. Hi, new to these sprints. Found your content recently and really have been enjoying. Oh, yay. I'm glad. Yeah, these sprints are a little special. So I do also do just regular reading sprints where we're not doing the spin, but I also do a year-long reading challenge, readathon thing that is basically at the beginning of the year, you pick 12 books for each of the months in the year. And so they're just 12 books from your TBR, the 12 books that you want to read. And then we spin a wheel every month, and that gives us a prompt. And then we use that prompt to pick one of the books from the stack. Ideally, sometimes the prompt doesn't perfectly match up with something you have on your stack. I try to pick prompts that do, but as we're getting this late in the year and our stack is a whole 2 books tall, it is a little harder to do so. Also, I sorted out the wheel because I think last time, I think it was last month, where we got a prompt that we had already gotten and I had to like respin because I had just forgotten to take it off. I have gone through the wheel and paired it up with Storygraph. And I think when I like randomly lost the wheel like midway through the year and then had to like recreate it, I put some back on that we had already gotten without thinking about it. So I've actually pared that down now. We only have 6 slices of pie on the wheel right now, and 2 of them are swaps. So we have a 1 1/3 chance of being able to finally swap our book for the first time this year. So I'm very hopeful. I'm actually on time for these sprints. Yay. Glad to have you here. Good morning as someone who's playing D&D later today and is a total dice goblin. Can you show off your dice from the latest Her Kid video and any other sets you have? Yes, I think I only have one other set and it's not as pretty. Curtis, my partner, has like the best dice. He's got one D20 that like when you roll it like lights up, and then if it lands on a 20, it like does all these like fun light up things. But yeah, why does this feel empty? Oh, I never put my dice back from I think it's because I brought my dice with me on a trip, just in case I was going to have to roll for the Reading Rebellion. So I am missing a couple, but this is my dice set. I also really love the cover of this. I think Curtis got this off Etsy for me. It was like a surprise from him because I'd never had like really nice dice before, but that's like the cover of the little case and I really like it. But I'll show you the D20. This is the D20. So it just has some like gold foiling in there and is blue otherwise. But yes, I do indeed love them. And then the only other set I have with me is my green ones, which I also showed in the video. So Curtis did print I think like Printables had a print file. He has 2 3D printers. And so he printed this, and then it has like little slots that are perfect for the size of the dice, but that's what those ones look like. And then the other ones are the same company, but orange with black numbers. And that's actually my first set of dice that I ever got. And again, that was also a gift from Curtis. I think the green one are the only ones that I bought myself. So yeah, he really encourages all the nerdy behaviors in me, I'm now realizing. Actually, I think he just encourages anything I'm into, which is great. Find somebody that does that for you. I watched Guillermo del Toro's Frankenstein last night and absolutely loved it. Oh, and Frankenstein is one of my all-time favorite novels. Nice. I haven't actually seen any rendition of Frankenstein, now that I'm thinking about it. But I have seen that one song from, what was that? What was that movie? I can't remember now. I'm going to have to look that up during the thing because I feel like I don't even have enough information to convey so that you all can tell me what I'm thinking of. Hoping to finish 3 books today so I can finish the 24-hour reading challenge for Her Kid. Ooh. Oh, you're doing that today. Okay. Good luck. I recommend watching in theaters if it's playing near you. Is it newer? Wow. I really don't know anything about what movies are out right now. And the funny thing is we have a movie theater within walking distance, and we haven't been there yet. And we've lived here for almost 2 years now. Normally my nickname is Angie here. I don't know why it's the German girl now. I don't know if you recognize all the users. Okay, Angie, I do recognize some of the names, and I do recognize better for Angie than the German girl. So thank you for saying so. I'm reading Frankenstein at the moment and The 7-Year Slip. Okay, nice. And maybe I will start a new book today. I hear great things about The 7-Year Slip, and I have read Frankenstein. I liked it, didn't love it, if I remember correctly. But I always think that books of the time period are kind of hard because you have like all these expectations going in. And so I almost always want to like read them again after reading them for the first time, having more appropriate expectations for what it is. Because I did not expect so much of that book to be in the monster's brain and like not much else going on. But I think going into it knowing that and that there's not as much like happening, that would have helped me. I have less than 100 pages of the book I'm reading, so I'm hoping to finish it during these sprints. Oh, perfect. I'm currently reading Cotton Candy, a book of poems, as well as The Bewitching. Ooh, I haven't read a book of poems in like 3 years, I think. What was that author? I feel like I have another book by her. I can't remember. She's a South American author. I can't remember now. Exciting. I still haven't read September, October. Oh yeah, let's not talk about previous months. I am 3 months behind now. But no, I have no defense. I was gonna have a defense. I don't have a defense. Nope. But I'm gonna get there. It's gonna happen. So I didn't yet decide what to take off my stacks as I had to swap last time. Oh yeah, I know it's weird. I had to remind myself what I decided to take off. But this is my stack right now. It's somehow we wound up with 2 nonfiction books when I think I only had like 3 total on my stacks. But it's The New Jim Crow and The Immortal Life of Henrietta Lacks. I will rectify that today. I had to catch up on new releases for her kid. Yes, I also had to do that because I hadn't read in August new release, and I read it. I think that I had like 3 days left within the 60-day time period of when it was published, but I've already done October, and I'm so excited for November. I'm so excited because I'm doing The Strength of a Few. I'm so excited. Yes, I also thought those dice are so beautiful on your last video. Yes, they're so pretty. I love pretty dice. I totally forgot that this is not only a reading sprint today. Too much going on for me at the moment. I know, there's so much happening. I couldn't believe how late it was in the month, and I was like, no, we need to do TBR Spin. Like, I was tired yesterday because I had just gotten back from a trip, and I was like, but we need to do TBR Spin tomorrow, so get that scheduled. And I think I scheduled it like with 12 hours until. Hello, good morning. Putting on the Ritz. Yes, from Young Frankenstein. I kept wanting to say Kid Frankenstein. I was like, I know, or like Little Frankenstein. I was like, that's not it, but I don't know what it is. Yes, Put It on the Ritz. I've seen that video so many times, but I've never seen the full movie. Oh, hi. Sorry. I touched Scout. She didn't like it. She is liking getting pet though, as an apology. Just finished my 50th book this year. That's double my reading goal of 25 for 2025. That's awesome. I just reached my reset goal. I had originally set mine for 60, I think, because I didn't do too great last year and I didn't want to expect too much for myself. But so I set it to 60, past that, and then I set it for 80, and I think I'm at 81 now, which is very exciting. I don't think I'm going to make it. The most books I've ever read in 1 year is 92. I think I could do that. Like, I think I could make it to 92. I don't think I'm going to make it to the 100 that I would love 1 year to actually read 100 books in the year. And I've gotten close many times, but 92 is my highest. So it'd be cool to get to like that. But I don't think I'm going to reset my goal again. Angie, I'm also annoyed that YouTube is displaying handles. Yeah, what is up with that? I noticed that for you too, Sam. Very weird. I finished The Loneliness of Sonia and Sunny, a true masterpiece. Yes, so good. So good. Haven't even started my October book yet. I'd have to catch up in November. Yeah, for real. Daughter of Anita Desai. I didn't know that. Is a natural storyteller. Oh, how did I not know that? Yeah, honestly, that book was gorgeous. So good. 5 stars. Hello from Japan. Oh my gosh. So you are 10 minutes, 10 minutes into tomorrow. Oof. I mean, thank you for being here. The creature is not the monster Frankenstein is. Oh yeah, true. But it is weird because you have to call him, he's called Frankenstein's monster, but Love Love Frankenstein. Me and my friend started a cult called the Sad Trash Society while reading it and named the monster Mort because we felt bad calling it a monster. Oh, that's sweet. I don't read a lot of new releases because I get most of my books either from the library or secondhand, but I recently picked up Red City by Marie Lu and Future Boy by Michael J. Fox. Ooh. Yeah, this year I've been doing much more new releases than previously, but it's literally just because of her kid. I mean, there's usually like, I think 2 or 3 authors that like when they publish a book, I'm like gonna just get it and read it. And then besides that, I'm not usually that great at it unless like a book club is doing it or something. I was here some months ago when you were reading Infinite Jest. Still reading it. Hasn't changed. I am a quarter of the way into that book. We're going to get there. Maybe. I actually just found The Immortal Life of Henry Lacks at a thrift store. Oh, that's where I found mine as well. I think it was a Goodwill. I was where I found it, which is a great find. I never reset my reading goal. I'd love to see it getting closer to 200%. Yeah, true. That would be cool. I mean, there's no way I could have made it to 200% of my goal just because that would have been 120. And like, that's unrealistic for me. At least at this point in my life. Maybe when I retire, then I can read more. I think I'm going to make it to 100 books this year. Yay. Finishing my current book will get me back on track. That's awesome. Congrats. Why is this not showing? There we go. How are you doing? I'm good. Yeah, doing pretty well. Having some good reading times recently. So yeah, pretty happy. Had a work trip last week. It was really nice seeing some coworkers and going back into my old office where I used to live. I used to live in Indianapolis before. So I was born in Florida. I moved after college, or technically during college, I moved to Indianapolis to do an internship that I needed to finish my degree. Then that became my full-time job. And so I stayed there for 2 years, moved back to Florida, and then moved to Colorado. But when I lived in Indianapolis, I lived downtown. I walked to work every day, and it was really it was a wonderful 2 years of my life. So hugely impactful for me. And so being back there and seeing the office again, even though it's so dead now because everybody works from home since 2020. But yeah, just being back was really, really cool. And I went and walked down my old street, which has developed so much since then. So much. So many of the shops and stuff have changed. There are some that have stayed the same though, which is nice. 2 nights ago, I went and had dinner at what was my favorite restaurant, me and my friend's favorite restaurant. We used to go there all the time. We knew several of the servers. It was just one of those places. And obviously we didn't know anybody. Their menu had entirely changed. I couldn't get my favorite meal, which was a little sad. But I think we're going to go get tacos today to make up for it in here. So, and I love the taco place here. So I'll be okay. Currently reading It by Stephen King. It's a Halloween read. Ooh, yeah, that's what the Stephen Graham Jones is for me. Halloween read for sure. Although there's a few books that I want to read as Halloween reads, but you can only read so many in the season. But I haven't read It yet by Stephen King. I've read a couple others by him. I want to read Frankenstein 2. I'm reading Kingdom of Ash and the Things Gods Break. Nice. I was just talking about Kingdom of Ash that's Sarah J. Maas, right? Now I'm doubting myself. I was going to say I was just talking about Sarah J. Maas, but maybe it's unrelated entirely. I think Kingdom of Ash, is that one of the Thorn? I guess I don't know anything. There's the Crescent City books. There's ACOTAR, which are the only ones that I've read, but not all of them. And Throne of Glass. Is that from Throne of Glass, Kingdom of Ash? Because that's what it is in my brain. Hi, Scout. I'm gonna put you here on my lap. I'm trying to finish the ABC challenge this year, and I'm starting to feel a bit of pressure. The letters X and Q are so difficult. I now have 2 books from the library. Time pressure. Ooh, yeah. For Q, if you want a fun little mystery for this time of year, I'm assuming author names count as well, hopefully. But Julie Q. Citano, I think is her name. She writes the Dial A for Auntie series, which is just a fun, quick mystery series. So reading that could be an easy way to get there. And then what did I read for X? The book by Lydia Choga for Flashlight. That one takes a while though, so never mind. I won't recommend that for you. I was trying to think of quick reads that have an X. You probably can't count. I was thinking Annihilation by Jeff Vandermeer because it's the Area X series, but you can't count probably the series name. But I'm sure people have plenty of suggestions for them because they have had them for me as well. I'm at 81 books too, hoping to read 100 this year. The most I've read is 86. Oh my gosh, you're so close to beating the most you've ever read. And 100 would be awesome to get. I wish you luck. I don't think I'm going to make it, but And I probably won't focus on trying, but if I did make it, that'd be really cool. Hi, everyone. Going for spooky vibes at the moment and reading Dracula. Perfect. I have to finish my August new release by tomorrow. I'm reading the new Lily King book for October new release, and I absolutely love her books. Oh, perfect. I love when that matches up with, I had no idea what to read in October, so I just requested a bunch of NetGalley books and ended up reading some very silly books that were very fun, though. I also never reset my goal. Mine was 25, and now my goal is to get to 400%. Oh, another person getting to 100. The goal is 100 for me. I'm currently at 89, which is The Sorceress Comes to Call by T. Kingfisher. Love T. Kingfisher. Just read. Wow, my brain today. It's literally right in front of me. Oh my God. I just remembered. It's right here. I read What Moves the Dead at the end of last month. It was really good. I'm also doing the A to Z challenge, Angie. Those letters are hard. Yeah, for sure. I think today starts a new TV show related to it. I loved it. The book, Stephen King's one of my favorite authors. Ooh, I didn't know that. That would be fun. Morning, reading Moderation by Elaine Castillo. Oh, that's the author of, no, that's Elena Ferrante. Oh my gosh. Never mind. About a millennial hired as a content moderator for a new VR company. Ooh, that sounds fun. Well written and interesting character study with a little romance. Oh, I haven't even heard about that. Sorry, I skipped ahead. Gonna be planning for something fun for the channel, editing a video, doing some homework, and doing something else I can't remember. Perfect. Oh, I love fun planning. I'm planning a very fun video that I'm going to start filming in November, and I'm so excited for it. But the video is not going to come out until December. So sorry to talk to you about it so early. For X, Xeno Cultivators is a fun queer story collection. Ooh. Okay, we have a good recommendation. Very satisfying feeling. Yeah, now I'm like, maybe I shouldn't have changed my thing. Even though I know I can't get to 200% of what it is. Will you celebrate Halloween? I will. I'm going to be going out with some friends to some local like dance place, but I think they play like, or the band that they've got is going to be playing very like millennial music, so it'll be perfect for me. And I am, oh wait, no, it's a 90s thing, I think. So I'm going to be going as Misty from Pokemon, and I'm very excited. And also it's really great because I have almost the whole outfit except for the red suspenders, and the red sneakers. Technically, I'm not going to buy new sneakers for a Halloween costume. Yes, last year I only read 22, so 25 seemed like a good goal. Then I decided to limit my screen time on my phone. That'll help. Anything Queen, but also Quiet and Quackery. A brief history of the worst ways to cure everything. That's great. Oh, perfect. Okay, we should spin. I also had a little activity for us. I mean, it's not really like an activity. Well, let me know if you all want to do this. It would take away from our reading time probably, because it might take a second. But I got this from, I got this little like newspaper thing from Riverhead Books earlier in the summer. And this is, I think that something that they're going to be doing biannually. And so this is the summer and fall edition, but it has horoscopes in it, and they also have book recommendations associated with them. And I thought it could be fun if you all told me what signs you wanted to get recommendations for, and then I could tell you what your horoscope is and what book you should read according to this. Because I thought it was kind of fun to read for myself. But you all let me know. We'll spin the wheel, and you let me know if that's what you want to do. Or we can also wait till first break to do that. We don't technically have to do it before we get started. I just think it'll take more than 10 minutes. So, okay. So before I go through more comments, I'm going to start up our little wheel. Again, for anybody that's not here for TBR Spin specifically, that's okay. We are still doing regular reading sprints, but this little piece of it is just part of what we do for TBR Spin, which is my year-long reading challenge. So we're going to be spinning a wheel, giving us a prompt that'll lead us to hopefully, or well, actually not hopefully, because I really want to swap, but to one of the books that are left on the stack. So one of these two I should be reading for November, unless we get a book swap or I can't fit the prompt with what I have left. So here we go. It's been time. Everybody cross your fingers for a swap. If we didn't get one swap this year, I'm going to be so upset. We did it. Okay. Okay. Everybody calm down. We did it. So I need to figure out how many pages is in this. Should I count indexes? Because they're both nonfiction. But I have a feeling that the new Jim Crow is going to have a much longer index than The Immortal Life of Henrietta Lacks. So it could change things. Maybe I'll just count the whole thing. I don't want to think too hard about it. That's got a reading group guide though. Okay, you know what? No, I'm just going to count the book. Because it's, yeah, index and notes and stuff, acknowledgements, timeline, cast of characters. Oh my gosh. Okay, afterward, that definitely should be it in it. 328 for The Immortal Life of Henrietta Lacks. And see, now I offered up to do that thing and we're going to have to swap a book and spin again. Or do we just, no, yeah, that's what we do. It's been so long since I got a swap, I couldn't remember what I do for it. We swap the book and then we spin again to see what we actually are reading. That's acknowledgements. Okay, that's the end of it. 325. Oh my gosh. Okay, so actually the Immortal Life of Henrietta Lacks is longer than the new Jim Crow. So it's getting swapped off. I'm still going to try to read this year though. And I need to switch it. I need to swap it with a book that's shorter than it from my TBR. I could do The Subtle Knife because that's also my 25 books to read in 2025 list. And I also read the first one of it for one of the first months of TBR Spin this year. So that could be kind of nice. I don't know if it's actually shorter. I'll pick that if it's shorter. If it's not, I'll probably pick The Color Purple, which I'm pretty positive is shorter. Let me go grab those. Okay, so what did how many pages did I say this was? 328? 328. Okay, so we're checking historic materials first. $326. Oh, 2 pages shorter. Okay, then I am swapping out The Immortal Life of Henrietta Lacks for The Subtle Knife by Philip Pullman. And we are going to spin again. How is everybody doing? I haven't even looked at any of the comments yet. Okay, wait, where was I? Where was I last? Okay. I think here I've read 61 books so far this year. That's already more than I ever did. That's awesome. That's why it's so great that you set up a challenge for her kid on Storygraph, because you can look up what other people, have added to the prompt. Yes, it's so cool actually to see that there are other people using that challenge on Storygraph. I kind of just was like, I'll make it public just in case other people want to use the same thing. But it was such a amalgamation of the first two and just personal choices. So but yeah, it is really cool to see that. Sounds fun. Okay, this is about the newspaper thing. Okay, first break we're gonna do horoscope book recommendations, courtesy of Riverhead Books. Oh, my birthday was last Wednesday. That's awesome, Marcella. I'm on the cusp of Libra and Scorpio, so I'd love to hear either of those. I am a Scorpio myself. But I always preferred Libra. There was a thing a while back where they were like, there's actually a 13th sign or whatever And if you take that into account, then it shifts everything. And I was in high school at the time when like that was a thing. So probably the most I was ever and would ever be into horoscopes. And with that, it put me into Libra, and I just liked Libra a lot better than I liked Scorpio. So I just have a fondness now for Libra, even though it's not what I am. Yes, finally book swap. I think I might join TBR Spins for next year, but also I'm very behind on Herkiad. Fair. Maybe I'll make some like Herkiad inspired TBR Spin prompts for next year. But I do try to make them as like loose as possible. An actual swap. We did it. I joined late this year for TBR Spin and have only read 3 prompts, but yay, a swap. I love that you're still excited about the swap. Oh, no way. I'm currently in the middle of reading The Immortal Life of Henry L. Axe. I'm a little sad that it's out of there, but ooh, how are you finding it? I don't want to swap my longest book. Honestly, me neither. I actually really like the 2 books I had. I just wanted to do a swap, even though neither of them I super wanted to swap out. And I'm still planning on reading both of them in this year, no matter what. So going to read Repetition by, I'm not even going to attempt to pronounce that name. Is that like a Dutch name or a, yeah, that's all I can think of with that J. Something like Scandinavian-ish-esque. For November, nice. I'm liking it a lot. It's really well written, and it's interesting to see the tension between the science and Henrietta's family. Do we read the shorter book, or are we spinning again? We're spinning again, yes. Okay. Yes, and happy birthday to Marcella. Gemini, which is funny because I'm also a twin. Oh my gosh, that's so cool. Okay, so we already know that we're reading Gemini, Libra, and Scorpio when we come back from break. I already know the Scorpio one, but I actually don't think I've read any of the others. Okay, we're gonna remove the swap, and we're spinning again with our new books that we have on there. So as a reminder, these are now my 2 books, The Subtle Knife and The New Jim Crow. Why am I nervous? I thought I was going to give us another swap. A book under 300 pages. See, this is when it's hard towards the end of the year, because as open as they can be, I don't have a book that's under 300 pages on my thing, so I'm just going to have to swap again. No, yeah, that's cool. I don't think I have a book under 300 pages still on my 25 books to read in 2025 list that isn't already a pick for a previous month of TBR Spin. I can maybe do Boy Parts by Eliza Clark. That might be under 300 pages. I've been meaning to read that forever. Okay, I grabbed 2 options because I don't know if Boy Parts is actually going to be under 300 pages. It is. Okay, we're good. I think I'm going to go with Boy Parts. The other one I had grabbed was The Haunting of Hill House, just because it seemed appropriate and tiny. I don't even want to think about like what I'm going to be swapping off yet. It's so ridiculous. Technically, okay. I want you all to tell me if this would count. So this book that I just got yesterday is technically 2 books, but on Storygraph and places like that, well, at least on Libby, I don't know about on Storygraph, but on Libby, like to rent it, it's just the 2 books. So I wasn't sure if this is like a fun edition where he wrote 2 books and they like put them together in this printing, but it seems like this is how it was released as 2. But like each individually is under 300 pages. So can I count one of them to be my TBR Spin book is my question. Because it'd be really great to just read this since I did technically start it last night. Let me see what it looks like on Storygraph. Okay. Killer on the Road is the one I started. Somebody put it in there as just, it's probably user added. I don't know if that's Is it user added? Oh, this is the audiobook. Interesting. Okay, somebody put the audiobook of just the Killer on the Road on, but actually it's not user input. So I don't know, maybe it counts. I need you all to tell me because I can't make decisions for myself. Okay, anywhere that the actual full book is. Ooh, this is a great question. ISBN 1 or 2. Great question. Okay, we've got one ISBN number and one for the book here. Is that different? I should have internalized more. Okay, this is going to be really hard. 978 it starts with. What does it end with? 67677. It's one ISBN number. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, it's one ISBN number. Okay, where were we? Norwegian. Okay, I said at the last second I said Scandinavian. So I'll take it. That's where the J. That's okay. I also read a book that's by a Norwegian author that okay. She wrote, "Oh, Is Mother Dead?" which was nominated for the International Booker 2 years ago. Yes, that's right. Swap the Swap. Yeah, I think I will. Aries. Okay, I should have a list. I'm going to write it on this piece of trash I found in my drawer. If I had a pen. Got one. Okay. We have, this isn't right. Okay, we have Aries, Scorpio, Libra, and Gemini that we are definitely looking at. I'll also give another chance when we get to the break because there might be new people too. Okay. I can stick with my book for November then. Perfect. I'm starting Herkiad next year on January 1st, but for fun, not really following the rules, just the prompts and adjusting some of them, like the 24-hour challenge. Can't stay up that long. I did not stay up for 24 hours. I just saw how many books I could read in just like a day, a day's worth of time. And really, I didn't even, because I sprinted that day, which meant a lot of chatting. Clearly, we've been chatting for almost 40 minutes before getting started. The Shepherd's Crown by Terry Pratchett, which means I should start the book before it after finishing Stonewall today. Oh, okay. That my brain had a hard time with that, but I think I understand now. Both of mine are under 300 pages, so not helpful. I think I'll pick the one that was on my original stack. That's a good idea. And then the last one will be like a new thing. I'm reading my swap book, The Mustache, 185 pages. Nice. That we already figured out. Scorpio here too. Yay, trying to work out what the heck I'm doing with my spin books. Yeah, for real. Honestly, I have a feeling that that was so much chaos that I have a feeling that a few people are going to still be doing that during the sprint for those that are participating in TBR Spin. So the first sprint I'm going to read Ordinary People by Diana Evans, which is one of my current book club books. Nice. Okay, we have Cancer. We're adding to the list. And Pisces, we're adding to the list. Okay, cool. And I will check again and read out all the ones I have on my list before we do that for our first. Just joined, so not sure why we're sharing astrological signs, but Sagittarius here. Hi. Yeah, perfect. Thank you very much. It would be fun to see if we could get all of the signs. We are sharing signs because during the first break, I'm going to be reading from this little newspaper that Riverhead Books sent to me a bit ago, which has horoscopes that come with book recommendations. So I thought it could be fun to look through those. Are we going to get them all? Aquarius, Cancer. Did we already have? No, I didn't have Cancer on the list. Okay. I picked the worst thing to write on. I would like everybody to know. We have Virgo. This is very exciting. Okay. Aquarius, Cancer. I need to write on something else. I cannot see what I'm writing. Why I didn't go to my actual drawer to my right that has real notebooks, the world may never know. Okay, what are the ones I can't see? Cancer, Sagittarius, I couldn't see. Virgo. Basically all the recent ones because my pen was like, what are you having me write on? Leo, I think we're going to have them all. Capricorn, I don't remember seeing that one already. I can't remember if I wrote down Aquarius. Okay, wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. We did it. We have all the signs represented here, so we're just reading them all. So useless making a list, but it is kind of fun that we were able to cover everybody. So thank you all. Thank you all for sharing. During the first sprint, we'll go through our horoscopes for the summer/fall. So we're a little late, but it's cool. And what book recommendations we have. The one for Scorpio, for my sign, is actually one that I have been really wanting to read. So maybe it'll be good. You guys can tell me if it is good and if you've read the book that is recommended or you're interested in it at all. Anyways, okay, but let's do a reading sprint because we've been chatting for a while. I'm going to update the Storygraph TBR Spin challenge thing. I'm going to put up a banner that has what our book swap was and what our prompt is for November. And then I'm going to actually decide what book I'm reading because I'm still unsure. Still unsure which book I want to read for this, since I have basically my entire TBR open to me. And I feel like there's probably ones that are going to fit better. I should do boy parts because it is technically in my currently reading, even though I think I only made it like 10. I made it 10 pages in and I put this on my currently reading. Ugh, sometimes I annoy myself. But I don't know. I'll decide. So happy reading, everybody. And I know, how about we put the timer up? This one, and this screen. Okay, there we go. Sprinting for 40 minutes. So see all of you then, and we'll get our horoscopes and book recommendations. Happy reading. Okay, how did we do? Sarah, I saw I saw your comment during. Oh, okay. Hello. All the cats are it's energy spike time. They're all at high level energy, running around the house, Scout included. But swapped off Come and Get It by Kylie Reid for Shadow and Bone. Then I had to swap off Blue Sisters for We All Want Impossible Things. Love it. My power went out, so I played Block Blast while listening to my audiobook. Nice. We have another Scorpio. Read 18% of Breathe In, Bleed Out. Did some reading and some laundry. Nice. I did some research for a paper. Oh, awesome. Oh, I don't miss schoolwork. I ended up picking the color purple instead of whatever ones I was thinking about picking, because I kind of forgot that this was on my 25 books to read in 2025, since I brought it over as a maybe to be my swap book, which I guess it should have been, because it is indeed under 300 pages. It's like 280 something. So I'm going to be finally reading the color purple, which is great, because not only is it on my 25 books to read in 2025 list, I also really love the idea of using this for the rainbow prompt for the color purple, just because, like, come on. And it also, I believe, was turned into a musical, which is really great for the adaptation square. So a lot of great things that this book is doing for us. And I've been meaning to read it forever, and I'm finally doing it, which feels good. I made it 44 pages in. It reads a lot faster than I expected to, but like a lot of the pages will be like pretty short, or like every section is short. It's basically told in like prayers, essentially, like letters to God. But it is just about this woman Celie's life in general. But yeah, and it moves fast. Like so much of her life has happened since the beginning of the book. So I'm curious to see like what time period it's going to settle in, like what stage in her life it's going to more like settle in and stay. Because I'm pretty sure it's supposed to be about Celie the whole time. Oh, it's about Celie and Nettie. That makes sense. There's two women on the cover. Okay. Read about 20 pages of The Immortal Life of Henrietta Lacks. It would have been so great if that was the book that I got for this month. About Zuko is now attacking bugs outside the window. Oh, and Klaus is there to help. About 66 pages left of Stonewall, so should finish by next sprint. Oh, I'm jealous. I'm jealous of your reading speed. I was really proud of reading 44 pages, especially since I had to like update the reading challenge and stuff, but that's really good for me. This book does read faster than other books that I read. I read a little bit of Emily Wilde 3. This series makes me very happy. I love Emily and Wendell. I was really close actually to buying the first book of this series. I was close to buying so many books. I was in so many bookstores over the past couple days, and I only ended up buying one book, which I'm very proud of myself. But that was one of them that I was very close to buying. Just noticed there are currently 75 people. Oh, that's awesome. I also didn't notice. Yeah, that's awesome. Yay. Welcome, everybody. Father-in-law called and we talked the whole sprint. Oh, that's nice, though. I also read The Color Purple this month. Oh, no way. It is a hard book, but I loved it. But the beginning, hard stuff. Yeah. And the second you get into it, it is not holding back at all. It's a lot. But I was surprised there are like kind of funny moments that I didn't really expect. I feel like I never expect that in books that I know are going to have really hard subject matter, but I do feel like it's almost always there. So that's been nice, like the tiny little pieces of levity that are sprinkled in there. Continued where I left off last week with Discontent. Maybe I'll finish it in the next sprint. Ooh. Oh, I'm getting jealous of all the people finishing books. I know I finished a book yesterday, but like now I really want that feeling. Decided to not follow the prompt and read my current book. Fair. Sorceress Comes to Call because I'm enjoying it. Awesome. I read 4 chapters and am in chapter 8 of the book. Ooh, awesome. Yeah, I was originally, when I was starting today, I was thinking that I was just going to do the first sprint to start my new book, which is what I do a lot of the time. And then I will continue whatever I'm reading, because I do kind of want to read more of Killer on the Road, but I was enjoying The Color Purple, so I think I might stick with that at least for the next sprint. And I'd love to get a little further in it, because I feel like I am barely into a few different TBR Spin books because I haven't been like continuing past that first sprint that I've done. So I think I'll stick with it. 63 pages left in Veil Us in Gold. Awesome. Very close as well to the end. The Color Purple is on my TBR. Oh, nice. Yeah, it's been on my TBR since June of 2020 was when I purchased it. I have in all of my books the month and year that I got them on a little tab on the inside of the cover, which is so silly. I did dinner prep and read a few pages of the Decagon House Murders that you suggested in some previous videos. It is creepy in the best way. Oh, I'm so happy. I feel like I haven't talked about the Decagon House book in a long time, but I just saw the other day, that was another book I almost bought, was another book by the same author. I can't remember their name now, but I saw it and I was like, man, this looks like the Decagon House, and like the cover design did. And then reading it, I was like, oh, it's the same author. So yeah, another book I was very close to buying, but I did not. I think I've been trying to be really good about my TBR and not going nuts, but I have been writing down the ones that I want to read. Or that I think that I would want to own even and like get from a bookstore. But some of them, like I might end up just doing the library. I'm trying to use the library more and not just go straight to buying a book unless I think that I do want to keep it, which I feel like I've gotten a lot better at this year in general, but I still could be better. However, another new book that I got, this came in, I think the day before, excuse me, the day before I left for Indianapolis, which this was sent to me by a publisher. I did not purchase this, although I probably would have when it was released, and it might be out now. It is heavy. This is a heavy book. It is Tom's Crossing by Mark Z. Danielewski, who is the author of House of Leaves, one of my favorite books that I read long before I had a booktube channel, but absolutely loved. And this one doesn't at all, we're not getting any of the weird stuff from House of Leaves. It just looks like a regular book. But man, it is, I thought, because I had a box. Do I still have the box with me? I do. Scout's in it though. I won't take that from you. It came in a box that did not fit in my PO box. So I had to like go get it before I left on the trip. And I assumed that it was going to be like 2 books that came at once or a PR package or something just because of the weight of it. But it was just this one book, which is intense. It is intense in size. Okay. I'm trying not to like make all the noise on my desk where my mic is. The Color Purple is a book I've been wanting to read, but I'm still waiting for it on Libby. Yeah. Yep, still a classic, so still has those lines from the library, which is great. Emily Wilde is great for winter too. Book 1 starts in January. Ooh, and is very cold setting. Oh, okay. Oh, that's good to know. Maybe I'll read it in January. The cats seem to be hunting a bug in the background. Yes, indeed they were. I think the bug is officially gone, but yes, I think that was what they were doing. I'm going to heat up leftovers, yay for not cooking. Then see if I can get a little bit more sprinting in before the poetry meeting tonight. Love it. I'm so very behind on my October TBR, so I'm in the middle of a couple books right now. I think I'll start City of Ashes and see how far I'll get. Nice. Yeah, I haven't read as much. I think I've only read 4 books so far in October, which is not as much as I would like to have read on the 26th of the month. But hopefully I'll be able to get like another 2 to 3 books finished before the end. I do have some shorter books that are like lingering. And The Color Purple, I think I'll be able to read through pretty quickly. So that's kind of a good addition. Also, I've been watching a Korean drama, and they talked about ginseng in it. And now I really want to read I have like a, Zuko's just like attacking the leaves that are on the tree back there. It is a cat tree, not just a regular tree. Hello. No, we're not ready yet. I forgot that I had the break timer automatically going. Oh my gosh, we need to do our thing. What I talked about last time. Horoscopes. We're doing horoscopes. We're seeing what book recommendations Riverhead has for us. So forget everything I was talking about. I've read Frankenstein, but next sprint I'll start with a German book. Oh, for the ABC Challenge. Nice. I think it's a story about a family and war. Oof. All right. Tom's Crossing. When are you planning? Oh, that is a great question. I have literally no idea. I didn't think they would send it to me, so I did not have it. I mean, like I knew I was gonna get it, but I didn't think it'd be for a while. And it does seem like quite the undertaking. So yeah, I'm not sure. I might put it on my TBR Spin for next year, but then there's a chance that I'll have to wait till the end of the year to read it. That's the hard thing with picking TBR Spin stacks. Yeah, I'm not sure just yet. I'm gonna have to think more on it. Love that Blue Wild series. Yay. Okay, I'm gonna have to read it. So for those of you that weren't here with us earlier before this sprint, I was sent this like tiny little newspaper from Riverhead Books, which I think they're going to be doing like twice a year, sending these out. And so this one is for summer and fall, but part of it that they included was horoscopes, and each sign gets a suggested book. So we're going to go through those. And we did discover that we have at least one person from every sign in the chat. So we're doing them all. Okay, starting with Aries, courageous thrill seeker and pioneer of personal beef. Where others see threat, you see a worthy opponent. But not even you can conquer every challenge alone. Take a lesson from Marilyn and Maurice Bailey, from Sophie Elmhurst's A Marriage at Sea, an engrossing and jaw-dropping story of partnership in the face of catastrophe. So that's our recommendation for Aries, is A Marriage at Sea by Sophie Elmhurst. So also, if you are any of these signs and you've read it or you've been thinking about reading it and you have like opinions already on it, let me know. Because the book that was recommended for me, I haven't read yet, but it is on my want to read list already. So it was kind of cool to see it on here. Taurus, as an admirer of designer loungewear and Michelin star dining, you know what it is to covet. So does Jane, the novelist turned Hollywood hopeful in colored television. But like her, what you desire doesn't always align with what you value deep down. Danzy Senna will dare you to consider how much of your artistic integrity would you sacrifice for economic security. So again, that was Colored Television by Danzy Senna for Taurus. Gemini, between taking up yet another hobby and organizing the neighborhood block party, you are booked and busy, but you will always set aside time for some healthy and potentially life-saving gossip, just like the lively residents of Chicken Hill in James McBride's The Heaven and Earth grocery store, who band together to save a deaf black child named Dodo from state institutionalization. Is it bad that I didn't know that that was what the Heaven and Earth grocery store was about? I've seen that cover 5 billion times at this point, but did not know what it was about. I never actually looked into it. But that was for Gemini, which I know we at least had one of those. It was actually a twin, which is very exciting. Cancer, I think we had 2. Oh, hi. We had 2. No, that's not what we do to chairs. We had 2 Cancers. You have to go down now. Good boy. He's too ramped up. He just wants to scratch. Okay. Cancer, your grip on the past is powerful. You yearn for sport and rarely miss a reunion of any kind. But like Elle from Miranda Cowley Heller's The Paper Palace, that attachment can impede your vision for the future. What do you do when painful memories, past secrets, and a childhood love begin to encroach on the life you've built? So that's The Paper Palace for Cancer. Then we've got Leo, at risk of stroking your famous, and as we can all begrudgingly agree, deserved ego. You are more conscious than most of the various roles we all maneuver in and out of daily. But what happens when cracks emerge in your performance? Katie Kitamura unravels 2 opposing realities to tackle this uneasy question in Audition, when an actress protagonist meets a strange young man claiming to be her son. Yes, must. I mean, I'm going to be reading Audition at some point. It's the only book from the short list for Booker that I haven't read yet. But Leo, that is your suggestion. Yearn for sport. Maybe it doesn't necessarily mean sport, but competition. Virgo, you know a thing or two about breath. You have the fancy air purifier, the mouth tape, and the sunrise meditation streak to prove it. But did you know that humans have lost the ability to breathe properly? Don't panic. In Breathe, science journalist James Nestor breaks down the science of the biological function we all take for granted and teaches us how to perform it properly. Jeez. I didn't know I wasn't breathing right. So yeah, Breathe, the new science of a lost art by James Nestor is the Virgo. I think that's our only nonfiction so far. Libra, this one's big. Because I think we had, or maybe we just had one. I don't remember now. Few extend themselves as far as you for the promise of love, or knew their wedding theme as early. But like Coralie from Consider Yourself Kissed, you can be so engrossed in the beauty of the final picture that you lose touch with yourself. Jessica Stanley spans 10 years of Coralie's life, in which she moves to the UK and builds the family she has always dreamed of. But what has she sacrificed to get there? Actually, that does sound really good. I probably wouldn't have considered this book by the title, Consider Yourself Kissed, but I do really like the description of it. Okay. No, you can be on my lap. That's okay. Good boy. Oh no, the rec for Virgo is a miss for me. Fair. Honestly, I feel like that's the one I've been least interested in so far. And I like nonfiction, but like, I don't know, a book about breathing doesn't sound great. Okay. Oh, that's right. Aries is also a nonfiction. Good call. We've made it to Scorpio. So this is mine. And I think we have like 3 other Scorpios in here. No amount of black nail polish and deadpan looks will prevent strangers from divulging their deepest secrets to you while in line for the bathroom. You simply have a natural ability to draw out what is hidden from clear view. Exercise this skill with Liz Moore's The God of the Woods, in which long-held secrets and abuses of power come to light when Barbara Van Laar goes missing from her camp bunk. Okay. Zuko is really doing the most. Can you tell I've been gone? All the cats are like really into me today. But yeah, The God of the Woods has been on my list. I do really, really want to read it. So I was excited. And of all the books that are mentioned throughout this whole thing, because it does have a picture on the bottom, it was the one that I was like, ooh, that one. I mean, Audition, I guess, as well. Okay, no. You can't be up there if you're going to scratch the chair. That's not allowed. Sagittarius. The only thing you love more than an excuse to not text back is an overseas voyage. But remember that one can still find freedom close to home. So learns the semi-famous artist in Miranda July's All Fours, who, in a motel room only 30 minutes from her Los Angeles home, embarks on a journey that redefines her relationship to womanhood, sex, and creativity. That was a book I thought I wanted to read, and then I think I decided to unhaul. Let's see. I'm a Scorpio, and God of the Woods is on my TBR. Yay! Okay. See, at the very least, they picked a book that people want, that Scorpios want to read. Scorpio is definitely more my vibe when it comes to book, even if I'm more a Libra IRL. I read The God of the Woods and liked it a lot. Very different from what I would typically read, but glad I read it. Ooh, nice. Yeah, I feel like I've heard such good things about it already, and the cover's really cool, and the synopsis is really cool. Capricorn, those who hardly know you may call you a nihilist, but no one has more faith in the future when equipped with the tools to march forth. In When It All Burns, anthropologist and hotshot wildland fighter Jordan Thomas highlights the vital information you need to understand what has led to the most devastating wildfires in California's history and what can be done to change it. Ooh. I think I would struggle with that one. Honestly, I do sometimes read climate stuff, but it is always a struggle for me. And it's always harder when it hits closer to the current time period. It's something that we've very much been struggling with. Aquarius, nothing electrifies you more than the prospect of exploding the course of history as we know it. Not even your position for playing the contrarian. Indulge yourself with Alvaro Enrique's You Dreamed of Empires, a reimagining of the fall of the Aztec Empire that recasts the moment of conquest into a bloody and fantastical moment of revolution. Wait, that sounds good. That sounds really good, actually. And lastly, Pisces, you are the unintentional master of the gentle fade out. And though you can easily succumb to your daydreams, a life untouched by cycles of hardship is one fantasy you don't indulge. Catherine May shares this perspective in Wintering, illuminating the importance of deep rest and retreat in times of unforeseen and sudden changes. Wow. Okay. So I think there was like 4 nonfictions in there, which I'm kind of surprised about. Let's see. We've got a few DNFs of the God of the Woods, but I think he might like it better than I did. That doesn't sound bad. I don't remember what this one was about at this point. Also DNF the God of the Woods. It was not the vibe at the time, though. Gotcha. Capricorn, When It All Burns sounds interesting. Agreed. But I don't think I could handle it. I DNF God of the Woods too. Oh no. Which one was Gemini? Gemini was The Heaven and Earth Grocery Store by James McBride. I agree that The God of the Woods is not for everyone. My friend and I like a lot of the same books, and she DNF'd that book. Interesting. Okay, that's my hair though. Okay. I read Wintering and it was wonderful. All right. As a Pisces, that sounds incredibly interesting. Definite ad. Yay. Okay, cool. I'm glad that somebody is interested in what their thing was. The author of Wintering was Catherine May. And it's Catherine with a K, if that helps. Okay, that was our fun little activity. those are your book recommendations. Maybe I'll put it in when after this is done, then I can throw them in the description, just like the sign and the recommendation for it if you want to look back but you don't want to dig through this live stream for it. But we are now going to actually go back to our sprinting. I'm going to keep going with the color purple, and I will talk to you all in technically 39 minutes and 55 seconds. All right, happy reading, everybody. Okay, that's our second sprint done. How did everybody do? Ooh, loved wintering, 5 stars. Now I can't even remember what it's about. Oh, yeah. Maybe I'll have to actually look into it. Finally finished Discontent. It's a short book, but it's taken me ages to read due to slump. Yeah, I get that. I feel like Sea Scraper is such a short book, but it keeps getting pushed back because I'll pick it up again when I like finish a book and I'll read a little bit of it and then I'll be like, nope, still not my time for this. And I'll read something else because I'm terrified it's going to actually put me in a reading slump. But I know if I just like sat down, honestly, if I like spent those 2 sprints reading that, I probably would have been like almost done, but didn't get much reading done this time, but hung out with my dogs for most of it, read 2 chapters. Love that. Yeah. I did the same with Zuko. He needed so much attention. But then Curtis woke up and he gave all the cats attention. They were playing around out there. And also it meant that I got my coffee. I made it to page 84 of The Color Purple. So doing really well, actually. I kind of forgot when you focus on just one book during these reading sprints, how much progress you can make. Because I feel like the last couple times I've either started with one book and then like switched to a different book for different sprints, or I've just been like doing productive stuff instead of reading. Although for Six of Crows, I think that I read like a really good amount of that in reading sprints and was able to like finish it that way. But yeah, it is kind of nice this book has been on my bookshelf for so long and now I'm like a third of the way done with it. It just feels kind of crazy to like go from not thinking I was going to start it today to being a third of the way through it. I started making dinner and read some more of Immortal Life of Henrietta Lacks. Nice. Are you liking it still? I am very excited to read that one. I need to figure out when that's going to happen. And also, I need to figure out how many books I have left of my 25 books to read in 2025, because I feel like it's actually not that bad. It's starting to seem more manageable. I don't know if it's just that I finished Vicious, that I'm making good progress in The Color Purple, or what. But let's see. Down there, I have 3 that are on it. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, an Infinite Jest. Okay, I think I have 10 books left on that list still, which is a lot for 2 months left of the year. But I think my goal now is to just like read through what I can of them. And then I think I might do like I'll do a video like talking about all of them in general. And then I think I might do like something where I can keep a book if I unhaul something else that I don't really want to read. Because I do feel like there are a couple books now that I'm starting to feel that way about. It might involve doing some tria chapters because there's a couple things that I have from little libraries that I'm not fully sure I really want to keep and read. So I think that there's potential there. But I would like to get the list down to as little as possible so that I don't have to think too hard when it gets to that point. But yeah, I think that's going to be my out for myself. And then next year, I'm just doing 20 books to read in 2025 or in 2026. Next year will be 2026 instead of matching the number for the year. Something crazy just happened in my book and there are only 39 pages left. I really hope it doesn't end in a cliffhanger. Oh, yeah, I hope not. Because you're reading a series, aren't you? You're reading from a series? So it is highly possible that could happen. I do really like it. It is overall more focused on the family and less on the science than I expected, but it's really well written. Ooh, okay. That's kind of good, I think, for me to know going into it too, because I didn't really know. I think I also expected pretty science heavy just based off of her background. But I'm more than happy for it to be more family centered. But I am kind of happy knowing that going into it rather than getting into it and it not being what I was thinking. I try not to have expectations, but I always do. It's so hard not to. I'm down to 14 books on my pre-2025 TBR. So my main goal is to try to get those finished by the end of the year. Oh my gosh, that's awesome. That is so great. Yeah, I think I am is this my No, I think I have 2 more books that are from 2020, that are from the year 2020 that I bought then, and then I think I'll have nothing from before 2021. I'm pretty sure these 2 were 2020. Yes, this one I got in May of 2020. And then July of 2020. I think that those are all of the ones I have left. Oh, wait. The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo, I think, is also from then. And maybe American Psycho. Okay, maybe I have more than I thought. But that was part of the goal for the 25 books to read in 2025, was picking books that were the oldest ones on my TBR that have been there for a long, long time. But yeah. I finished The Sun Blessed Prince the other day and liked the plot a lot, did not look into it, and found out it was a duology and the second book comes out next year. It ended on a cliffhanger, but I can wait. Oh, that's always like such a shock when it's like, oh, this book is a part of a series. You don't know until you get to the end of it. 21% in my book. Are we doing another sprint or are we done for today? We're going to be doing one more sprint in this. I need to remember to bring my books to the little library. I keep forgetting to take them with me when I go the direction they all are. Yeah, I struggle with that sometimes. It's a series, but the next one isn't out yet. Oh, I honestly wasn't planning to read the next one, so I was hoping it wouldn't end in a way that made me. Okay, I'm now crossing my fingers for you that those last 30 whatever pages you've got don't end in a cliffhanger. I just finished Claire Louise Bennett's Big Kiss Bye Bye, and I loved it. Oh, I don't know if I've heard of that one. Yes, Kim is crushing it. To finish all of the books that you had, but from before the current year that seems awesome. That's the dream. I'll get there. The problem with little libraries and book sales is that I'm almost out of space on my bookshelf. Yeah, for sure. And one of my little libraries, there's 2 that are really close to me and that I go to frequently. And one of them has got such good books all the time that like I actually would consider buying for myself, or would at least get from the library to read at some point. So it's really hard for me to say no to a lot of that stuff. It came in my Rainbow Crate subscription, so I wanted to try it, but it's not that great. Gotcha. Oh, I just got Trust by Hernan Diaz for 50 cents at a library sale. That's awesome. I love Trust. Had you read it before and now you own it, or will this be you reading it for the first time? That was one of my favorite books from whatever year that was on the Booker Prize list. Was that 2022, maybe? Oh, great book. Is that Hernan Diaz's only book, or has he written others? Because I do really want to read. I want to do like a whole thing where I read from authors that I've really loved, because I really want to read the Luminaries. I think that one would be a great one. Let's see, books. Okay, he has a couple. Oh, it was 2022. Oh, I'm proud of myself for remembering that. He has In the Distance, Borgs, maybe Between History and Eternity. Is that seems like a nonfiction. Okay. But In the Distance. Has anybody read that? And is it good? Because I just really love the writing style of Trust. But yeah, I think Luminaries by Eleanor Catton is like my big, I want to read something by an author that I've really loved one of their books. I'm scared though, because Elsewhere by Elizabeth Shaitken, I feel like really, like I loved that book. And then I read the Elizabeth Shaitken's other book and really, what was it? Saint X? Would it be great for the Alphabet Challenge, but it's just not a good book, in my opinion. And I think that's kind of ruined me for the authors that I like happen to read one book by and absolutely love immediately. That being said, though, Percival Everett might have just restored that with me loving The Trees and then also loving James. My library has a book sale corner where one can get books for And they have so many good books, all the 2010s YA classics. Oh, fun. I do I do kind of want to do a video that's about like that era of YA, like specifically dystopians. I think that would be really fun. Because that was something I was super into at the time. And now that I've gotten back into kind of fantasy area, which feels adjacent, I guess, then it makes me want to do that. Isn't In the Distance a Western? All I saw was something about a Swedish girl. Oh, maybe not girl. Boy. I just saw a young Swedish immigrant, and I guess in my head it was a girl. 2017 historical fiction novel about a young Swedish immigrant who is separated from his brother on their journey to America. Oh, he ends up on the West Coast instead of the East and begins a long, arduous trek across the American West to find his brother in New York City. The novel, a Pulitzer Prize finalist, is known for its unique take on the Western genre and its exploration of themes like loneliness, identity, and the American myth. Ooh. Okay. I do love a journey. I do love a journey in a book. That might have just gone on my list of things to look out for at like used bookstores. I have a little list of books that I'm like, if you're in a bookstore and you want to buy something, like these are books that I definitely want to buy. Like Bora Chung's new collection of short stories. I really want to get that. That's probably not, I'm probably not going to find that at a used bookstore, but an indie bookstore, maybe. According to the original rules of the alphabet challenge, it was only initials of the author or first letter of the title, so not second word in the title. Oh, interesting. Huh. I wonder if that's the current rules for the Herkiet alphabet challenge. If so, I'm doing it wrong, but that's okay. I don't care. I found the Divergent series the other day and a pretty English edition too, which is always lucky. Oh, nice. Yes, I read the first 2 Divergent books. I don't think I ever read the third one. I don't think that I did. Anyways, let's go ahead and jump into our last sprint of the day. I'm going to keep going with the color purple, see how far I can get. And yeah, other than that, happy reading. Okay, that was our last sprint for today. How did everybody do? Oh, I think this was about the alphabet challenge. That was the Herkiad 1 rules. I just assumed you were modifying it. Yep. Yes, I guess so. Yeah, that's right. Because I don't think the alphabet challenge is a part of Herkiad 2, version 2. So I would have gotten it from version 1. But yeah, like we're just going to say I'm modifying it because I've been doing it that way this whole time. So I'm going to say that's fine. Finish the Stardust Thief. Nice. I usually do the title of the book for the A to Z challenge, excluding the A and yeah, I don't like using those either. So Sorceress Comes to Call would count as an S. There are different versions of the rules. Yeah, that makes sense. First time reading Trust because it never really interested me until now. Okay, gotcha. Oh, I hope you really like it. I'm shocked I didn't miss the whole stream. Now I need to choose what book I'm swapping in. Probably one by Jessie Ball because I have too many unread on my shelves. Smart. Oh, first time joining alive. Just finished a 7-mile run and popped on YouTube while I'm noshing on leftovers. Nice. 7-mile run. That's a good one. Clary just got a text message on her flip phone. I feel old now. It is funny to see though, like the dumb phones becoming a thing again, just because like people don't want to be so addicted to their smartphones that they just get like a phone that literally they're just gonna like text with, which I actually really love the idea of. But I think the only thing that really prevents me from doing it is pictures and videos, like not being able to do that on my phone. It seems like it would be really tough. Did good. I'm about halfway through Telephone by Percival Everett. Ooh, are you liking it? I need to read more. Percival Everett. I am like this close at all times to picking up Erasure. I'm hoping I'll be able to pick it up last month, but it depends on my luck with the video I'm planning for November. Read 2 more chapters of my book. Nice. Started the 10-year affair. Read the first chapter, 35 pages. Ooh. Oh, I didn't say how many pages I read or how far I got. I don't remember what page I stopped on before. I'm at 136 now, and I think pretty close to halfway, if not at halfway. Yeah, right? So it's 280 something pages. So yeah, really close. And really liking it. We got like kind of a shift in what was happening during that last section. Or I guess maybe added perspective. Trying not to spoil things. But yeah, there also some really hard stuff happened at the beginning of the section I read during the last sprint. But then now something else is happening that I think, like, I don't want to get my hopes up too much, basically is what I'm saying. A third through my book, thanks to the sprints. Yay, great job. I worked more on school and my Halloween costume. Nice. What are you going to be for Halloween? Page 72, made progress in my new book, and it's really good so far. Great. Been listening to Since We Fell, and wow, it's a ride. Sad. I just like went live. Oh, wanted to thank you for recommending Dungeon Crawler Carl in one of your previous videos. This is my new favorite series, so thank you so much. Oh, yay. I love when recommendations work out well. That's like my favorite comment to get. I'm so glad that you're enjoying it. It's so much fun. I've also gotten 2 of my friends in real life to start the series, and they're also loving it. And one of them doesn't even really read fantasy, but she's really into D&D. We play D&D together. So I was like, no, this one's going to get you. Read another chapter of Dracula. It's a bit slow in the way that classics are, but very gothic and atmospheric. Yeah, that's what I've heard of it. I've read at least part of the play, and I've also seen part of the play. And yeah, the atmosphere is great. I would go to a dumb phone if I had a car, but I need the bus tracker. Oh, that's a good point. I do use all of my bus and train tickets on my phone. So yeah. Yeah, there's important apps. That's the problem. And I'm sure that there are others. I mean, I know we have things for like our litter robot, the little like robot vacuum guy we have uses an app. So yeah, it would be tough. And GPS for when I am driving is hard. I'm liking telephone, but it does deal with a child being terminally ill. Oof. Erasure is my favorite of the 3 I've read. Ooh, okay. So reading Erasure, that would be the third. That would be then complete, and I would have read the same 3 that you would have read. So hope it's the one, the premise I'm the most interested in. Like if I had read all of the synopses of those books like back to back, I definitely would have leaned most towards Erasure. I'm now reading a Dutch book about mental health on the countryside, or in the countryside, which is really interesting so far. Ooh. Started Young Ones by Patrick Modiano, and I think I like it. French translated lit from a Nobel Prize laureate. Nice. I have 10 pages left. The book was so slow, and now everything happened in the last 50 pages. Oh no, are we still thinking it might end in cliffhanger? I'm going as Yasano from Bungo Stray Dogs. Oh, I haven't seen that, but that's awesome. The Decagon House Murders is available on Libby, so got it, and I'm hoping to read it after I finish my current book. Don't know if you read manga, but it was adapted into a manga series. I do. I mean, not frequently, but I'm very much not opposed. I read it a lot as in like middle school for sure. We had a Borders in our, was it a Borders? I think it was a Borders. Or maybe it started with a W. I don't know. It's a bookstore that doesn't exist anymore. In our mall in my hometown, and they had manga books there, but I didn't know yet that you could like ask them to order specific books. So I would just rely on whatever ones I happen to have there, and they would never have like the ones in a series that I would want to continue. But I do remember reading the same ones over and over. I was able to get like the first 3 or 4 of one series and I read that one so many times. I've tried to find it since, just by like going to a store that has them and like looking through and trying to like remember in my brain, like any vague memories at all. But I think I'm just going to have to see it visually to actually find it. But yeah, that's awesome. I would definitely read that, and that could help with adaptation as well, because I think comic is one of them, but I think I would count that. Like web series is one and comic is one. I think maybe read All of This Is Where We Talk Things Out, and while a disappointing read was short enough to not really be too bothersome. Okay, well I guess that's good. Bungo Stray Dogs is amazing, especially for book lovers. Ooh, okay. I'm going to have to put it on my list. Awesome. Okay, well, I think that is going to do it for today. But thank you so much, everybody, for joining. Please like the stream if you haven't already. That'll help. Also, love for it and good for book lovers. Okay, you're definitely going to have to look into it. I don't think there's any cliffhanger that could make me read the sequel. Okay, well, that's good, I guess. It's a 500-page book, and the first 300 pages were so hard to get through. Oof. It's not awful, but just not for me. All the characters are based on real-life authors. Okay, yeah, I have a friend that's really into this show, actually. She has talked to me a lot about it, and it's coming back to me now. It's weird talking about it. Thank you. Yes, I hope everybody has a great day or evening, depending on where you're at. For the one person joining in Japan, I hope you get some sleep soon. Yeah, I will see you all sometime in November. I haven't decided on my next sprint yet, but should be sometime soon. All right. Thanks, everybody.